Hey guys, Michael here from michaelsherlock.com. I'm here with a review of the Mophie JuicePak Air. This is a 1200 milliamp external battery to extend the life of the battery on your iPhone 3G or 3GS. And it is an official works with iPhone accessory. To give you a little hint of the additional hours you can expect, you can get standby mode up to 270 hours, talk time up to 4.5 on 3G, 9 on 2G, 4.5 on 3G, 5.4 on Wi-Fi for internet use, 20 hours of audio playback, and 6 hours of video playback, additional hours, according to the JuicePak. Now this is, again, I said a 1200 milliamp battery, so it's about double what you can expect out of the regular battery on the 3GS. Now when you get it, besides the box, you have a little booklet, just gives you some welcome information, haven't really looked at that, and your USB cord. So I'll just give you a little walkthrough of the device, of the product installed. As you can see, there's not really a lay on the table design, so this case does not really come over, so when you put the case flat down, to give it any protection, protecting the screen from what's on the ground or the table, whatever you're putting it down on. Along with that lack of lip, that it doesn't really protect the chrome. For me, I have the invisible shield, so I have chrome covers, but the top part is where it's not protected, and this does not protect it either. And speaking of the invisible shield, this product really wasn't designed to work with the invisible shield. The phone is supposed to come in and out really easily, but if you're with an invisible shield, you're going to have to go slowly and move millimeter by millimeter to slowly attach it to the phone, which is kind of frustrating and irritating. On the bottom, you have your micro USB port for charging and syncing, so you can charge this. And to check how much power it has, you can go ahead and press that button on the back. But you can charge it with the phone in, and if you do that, it'll charge the phone first, I believe, and then the case. I'm not exactly sure on that, but you can sync with this on too. So using this cable, plug it one end into the case, one end into your computer, and you can sync. So I showed you the back. It's similar to the in-case slider, where this part comes off and then you just slide it out. So, like that. And as you can see here, this little switch, when it's on red, that means the battery is not charging your phone. When you switch it on, you can hear that it is charging your device. So overall, I mean, it works as advertised. It gives you about double the battery life, and it can bring you down from about empty to a full charge. Of course, that depends on what you're starting out with. If you're starting out at 50%, supposedly this thing could charge you up twice from 50%. One thing that, again, I don't like is that it doesn't have any protection for the screen or chrome, so no lay on the table design with this case. It's also not the most secure case. I wouldn't really feel comfortable dropping it with it. And also it gets warm. I noticed it gets really warm right about here in this general area. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Now, I haven't really noticed any reception problems when I've used this phone, but people have experienced some problems. So let's just do a test here and compare with the case on and with the case off. So let's go into field mode. So you press the pound or the star 3001, pound 1 2 3 4 5, pound star call. That'll bring you into field mode. So it will, instead of showing bars, it'll show you a number. So -95. And for signal strength, you're looking for the largest number. So in this case, since it's negative numbers, you're going to want to look, if you can't see the negative, look for the smallest number. But in reality, I'm not even going to get into the whole math thing, but you're looking for the largest number. So -95 isn't as good as -75, but it's better than -125. So it's -91, 95 with the case on. So let's just test it. I'm going to take the case off. Like I said, it's not as easy with the invisible shield on, and then we'll test again. Alright, so after a massive struggle, which I'll get back to in a second, I got the case off, and let's just check to see what it is. I ran the test before, and I had an 81. Right now, it's at 85, so there is a little bit of a difference there between what you're going to get in terms of signal strength and connectivity. You're going to lose some when you're using this case. But I want to show you this. That was my invisible shield that was on. The JuicePak Air went on fine when when I put it on. Taking it off, it took about an hour and a half to get off. Prying it off, had a lot of problems down at the bottom in terms of it getting kind of mangled. I'm extremely upset at Mophie over this. I went over all their documentation. Nothing said no screen shields, no invisible shields. It didn't say anything like that. The only thing I could find relating to an issue is that Mophie's not liable to your phone if something like this happens. So it's just, look at this. An hour and a half, that I have to take off the plastic on the bottom, but it could be damage to my actual device. I mean, imagine, what could happen here. It's just unbelievable. So, at first, when I first was using it, it was alright. It was a fine product, did what it was advertised. After this experience, I can no way recommend the Mophie Juice Pack Air. I cannot recommend Mophie at all. Because when I read through all the documentation, not only did they not mention anything like this, so I should be able to use it if they're not going to say I can't. Then the only thing I could find was that they're not liable for damage. So great job, Mophie. You've lost a customer here. I'm never going to use another Mophie product. This is just absolutely unacceptable. So Michael Sherlock here from michaelsherlock.com. The Mophie Juice Pack Air is a piece of trash. I just flung it out my door after I finally got it off. Don't even look into it. Look at the Richard Solo, look at the in-case power slider, but do not even consider the Mophie Juice Pack Air. It's absolute garbage.